I'm learning from listening to songs off the radio or off record, right? I was looking at your CD the other day you gave me. So I learned the rhythm part playing the bass part at the same time and didn't know that there was a bass guitar. So here's a song. There was a song by an English band called The Shadows, and it was called The Savage. And so the rhythm part went like this. And the bass part went. But I didn't know the bass player was doing that, so I learned. I was doing, I was playing the rhythm part and the bass part at the same time, and that sounded good to us because we didn't have a bass player. We didn't know what that was. It wasn't until I was about 6 years old. We were playing a show, and two things happened that day. I saw the first bass player in a band in my life. We had played our bit, and the crowd went mild and threw babies in the air, and then this band came on, and they had, you know, Fender Stratocaster, Fender Jazzmaster, Fender Precision Bass. And I'm looking at that and I said, "What's that guitar? There's only 4 strings on it." And this guy said, "Hey, that's the bass." And I said, "What's the bass?" And then it kind of dawned on me, you know. But
Keeper. Yeah, dude.
I only have one of them. And so by that time I had already trained myself to work out how to play bass and rhythm parts. And of course, what I'm leading to is that when I heard Chet Atkins, I could hear exactly what he was doing. And I don't know how to explain that other than my ear was already tuned in to someone playing bass, rhythm, and melody all at the same time. The only thing that I had to work out was how to play the melody while keeping the bass part going with it. So when I heard Chet the first time, I was going to tell you, there were 2 things that happened that day. I saw the bass. The other thing was, the next band after that came on were these 3 skinny kids. And one of them was playing a guitar, and he was playing like this. See that? He had the guitar tuned to an open tuning, and he was just going up and down with his finger like that, you know. And they were kind of gawky looking guys, and they sang pretty well. But my brother and I were going, having a bit of a snicker, you know, these guys will never get anywhere, look at this. It's the Bee Gees. So they didn't get far, did they? Yeah. Gary and his one finger chords, he tuned his guitar to an open E chord, and he wrote so many hit songs like doing that. I can tell you, it's great. Anyway, so when I heard Chet Atkins for the first time, that's really the first time that I heard a fingerstyle guitar player. Up until then I heard, you know, I heard all that stuff, you know. I can't stop now. There's no business like show business. And so I heard Chet Atkins. Now, just about, you've got to remember, I come from the bush. I come from way out in the sticks where men are men and the sheep are nervous. And so when I heard Chet Atkins on the radio, I could kind of hear what he was doing, you know. And so I'm like grabbing my guitar and I'm taking my straight pick and I'm trying to work that out, and I heard all that stuff. And I'm working all this stuff out. And it wasn't until about 1965 I was able to get hold of a couple of albums, and there was, of course, Chet on the cover with a thumpick. So all my struggle and striving and not being able to get what I needed, and I knew it didn't sound right. The moment I put one of those on, and there it was. There was the sound. I was able to lock that thumb in. And the other thing I wanted to point out was the original version of Windy and Warm was in C minor. And so, you know, we're all like worshipping Chet, saying he's a god. He would never use a capo. So it's hard to play. I learned it like that, and it was so hard to get it. Anyway, so when I finally met Chet in 1980, I said to him, Chet, Windy and Warm. He said, yeah, capo, 3rd fret. But that's not all. He used to do a lot of clever things. He would play an instrumental song, and he had Homer and Jethro, Homer Haynes, the rhythm player, and Jethro Burns, the mandolin player. And so there would be a time in the song when Jethro would take a mandolin solo, and during the mandolin solo, Chet would slip a capo on, and then play this most incredible solo with all these beautiful open notes, and he's in D, and you think, how's he getting that sound? And then the second mandolin solo, and he'd whip it off. So he was so clever and inventive. He knew what he was looking for. He just had to find a way of making it work, you know. So it's the same as you know, everything I do is, it's like I have something I'm looking for, and I find a way of getting the sound. That's it. I find a way of getting the sound. But with fingerstyle guitar, the most important thing that you can learn straight off the bat is that the thumb has to be independent. The thumb has to take care of all the backing. Once you understand that and get that rebellious digit trained, you know, the sky is the limit, you know. So when you're starting out, it's important to start with simple songs, so you can get hold of the technique and see how it works. And then, see, if you practice enough, everything starts out as a motor skill. We're learning motor skills. We're trying to teach our body something it's never done before. And 9 times out of 10, it doesn't want to do it. And you've got to persist with it until it does do what you want it to do. And not only will that happen, but your hands will change shape to what you need them to do. It's like there are a lot of things that I do where I bring my thumb over and cover 2 strings with 1 thumb or move things around. And I couldn't do that when I was a kid. I had to keep working on that until my thumb was, I can bend that thumb around in both ways. And I have a little exercise that I've been giving people to help them stretch their thumb out, because they want to play a lot of these songs where you bring the thumb over. And so this is the exercise that I came up with. It's pretty hairy. You just pump the B bass, and you play an E chord there. That forces your hand to... That doesn't feel good for when you're first starting to do it. It'll hurt. But if you just keep doing that every day for a while, and then you start to incorporate those kind of things, you'll find your hands will absolutely change shape. I've got 2 completely different thumbs. Look, this one here is all modified. The bone comes out. This one here is straight like a finger from going. You know, and wow. Hands are totally different shape. And that's over the years that's what happens if you play enough. Your hands your body will provide you with the ability to be able to do what it is that you want to do in your mind and in your spirit.